But there was nothing that the standing goalkeeper could do to stop a shot with that ferocity, and they always look better when they kiss the underside of the bar.
Exactly that. I don't think 2 goalkeepers in there tonight could have saved that.
Well played, Nolly Madueke. The first time I saw him play was not too far away from here, under the border in the Netherlands, playing for PSV. How he's come on since those days, really matured as a player. And I think there's a lot more still to come from him as well.
You're quite right. I mean, the start of the season was good for him, and then he got an unfortunate injury. He's come back in. He's put down a marker there.
On the ball again. And the left back that he's up against tonight, Stace, is somebody that a lot of clubs are looking at.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Martinelli looks to hit the byline here. Arsenal want a second, cut out by Onyedika. Yeah, he is a Belgian international, the left back, Joachim Stace. But he just couldn't handle Madueke when he drifted inside that.
You start looking at the best 11, and does Madueke end up on the left with Saka on the right in the final? I mean, we haven't really seen the 2 players being available together this season, but he's been rested Saka right now.
He's certainly got plenty of good options, hasn't he? Mikel Arteta, wonderful squad depth. Martinelli with the ball over, and the header towards goal is just about kept out. Arsenal threatening once more for a set piece. Martinelli with another ball over. Played wide by Van Aken to Forbes. What they haven't done really yet, Club Brugge, is get Forbes on the ball in the final third too much.
No, and he's been going the other way, hasn't he, too often. Good contributions there from Martinelli, which will be good for his confidence.
Yeah, Arsenal's top scorer in the Champions League this season, Martinelli, 4 in 4 games. CK, Van Aken beyond him. Wonder if he'll have a go here. Almost found Van Aken with a mid-hit shot.
That is Norgard, wasn't it? A really important interception there. Just got the other side of Arsenal's midfield.
Stankovic, CK, Forbes, Real Madrid have taken the lead against Manchester City at the Bernabeu. Rodrigo with the goal, Mekela with the pass, Stace. Played wide by Mekela, and he's continued his run into the box for centre-back.
It's a good spell here for Brugge, just starting to pass it a little bit better.
It's good defensive work from the goal scorer there, Madueke.
That's part of the job, is to get back in and shut up shop.
Ball from Van Aken. Then White with the pass to Nolly Madueke. Him off the chest of Martinelli. Madueke down the right. Gyökeres through the middle. Others joining in now as well. Good movement from Gyökeres, but it was cut out by Stace.
It's interesting there with Raya. I can't underestimate that ball that he plays. It's all important they can get out. There's a high press. It goes into Martinelli, who moves essentially where he looks much better, and then they can develop the move. This is an opportunity from the corner. Capia just moves away from his marker. No one really near him.
It's Van Aken, the captain, who got something on that. So just over half an hour gone here. Arsenal with the 1-goal lead. Stunning goal from Nolly Madueke. And it's been an impressive European away performance so far tonight.
Controlled, I think that's the
Yes,
word we're looking for.
and an authority about them, the two.
Certainly, which wasn't quite there at the weekend.
Here it goes from Madueke. And Martinelli looked to hit it. And Gyökeres was in there. Good take by Van den Heuvel. Can be very awkward opposition, Club Brugge. I was here when Aston Villa were beaten by them in the league phase last season, that night where there was that weird incident where Tyrone Mings picked up the ball, you might remember.
I do remember it.
Villa went on to beat them in the knockout.
Of course, last 16, yes.
Well, the European action continues tomorrow night. Forest head to Utrecht in the Europa League. That's the early kick-off at 5:30. And Aston Villa go to the Swiss champions Basel. That's at 7:45 on one after the Forest game. And this is a really intriguing one as well, isn't it, in the Conference League. Palace, who were beaten at Strasbourg in their last game. And they go to Shelbourne. Forbes, fed by Onyedika. Urged to shoot. Onyedika looking for the room for that shot. Solis was behind him. Just too indecisive on the edge of the box. Sike, Forbes. Still Forbes. And they go, but it came. It was just blocked by Nkapie.
Yes, an important role in Nkapie. That's twice there. He's come up to the ball well, and that's something the Arsenal defence mustn't do when the player cuts inside, is to come up to the ball there, as central defence, not drop off.
Forbes, who was looking to threaten there, well known to two Arsenal players. He was at Man City in their under-21s, played against Waneri and Lewis Skelly. Man City won 3-0. This was at Wolves as well last season. Gyökeres. Stankovic, Forbes. Chance to have a run at Lewis Skelly possibly. Van Aken arriving on the edge of the box. Forbes goes on the outside. It's a good run. And Van Aken with the flick. Well, he had Solis behind him.
He might well have been better leaving that for Solis. Little taster there of Forbes' pace, by the way.
Yeah, he's so quick. That's why I mentioned the Arsenal players will be well aware of that.
Well, I wonder if that's why Skelly's reluctant to go into midfield.
He was the player of the match in that 3-3 draw with Barcelona, recently capped for the first time by Portugal as well. And when he came on, he wore the number 7 shirt. So, obviously normally worn by Cristiano Ronaldo. In fact, he's the only player to wear the number 7 for Portugal in Ronaldo's time as a Portuguese international.
Well, someone's going to have to wear it one day. I'm sure he's not going to play forever, is he? Or is he?
I'm not so sure. Erdegaard to Marino. Tossing up Marino's goals for this calendar year. He's got 20, you know. Amazing, really. Remarkable. That's for club and country, by the way.
Yeah, 6 goals is it for Spain, is it? 6?
He's a threat. He is, of course, playing deeper today with Gyökeres leading the line, but what an option he is for Arteta. Great versatility. All coaches love, don't they?
Pretty certainly could have gone into central defence, actually. I know Norgard got that honour this evening.
It's Norgard who's going to take this throw in as well, inside the final 10 minutes of this first half. Well, Tresoldi did well there. Forbes wants the pass. He's got it too now. Danger here. Zolis on the edge of the box. Forbes. Straight at the goalkeeper. Dangerous direct running there from Forbes.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. When he runs inside, he really needs to be running into a central defender there.
Well, Van Aken clearly felt that was a bit soft. Lewis Skelly is the player who's down, holding his lower back.
Another look at this Forbes. He's definitely the outball for them. Just trying to hold him up, and he just got to actually get up to help there. Mendy just comes up, needs to come up just a little bit more. He's trying to attack that space in behind Skelly when he goes forward.
Capia. Miscommunication with Martinelli. CK. Forbes. Space inside here. Stankovic. Solis. Onyedika. Stankovic.
It's evident when you give the ball away, isn't it, how encouraged Brugge can become and their fans start to believe again.
6. O'Reilly has equalised for Manchester City at the Bernabeu. It's 1-1 there now. Ordonez. Onyedika. Went wide by Stankovic. Van Aken. Solis to his left. Can they get some service into the centre forward? The number 7 Tresoldi. Van Aken. Nice play. It's wide. Good move though. Stankovic with the shot.
He's got too much time and space there. Look at that again. You've got to come up to the ball. It's Norgard this time, just standing off. You've got to come up there and squeeze that.
Certainly encourage the home support.
Yeah, I'm just particularly interested on this right hand side, not only forward, but Suke, the right back, is playing really high at times.
Forbes, who was fed by Tresoldi. CK, the attempted cross, well blocked by Hicapia. Good strength shown by Gyökeres. And his pass didn't reach its intended target, which was Martinelli. They're on top at the moment here, Club Brugge. Looking for an equaliser. Zolis, who was found by the fullback Sace, who's in a great position here. Looks for Tresoldi. Oh, wasn't caught there, told to get back to his feet by the referee. No appeals in fairness from the player himself, just the crowd. Lots of energy at the moment though about Club Brugge. Van Aken, Zolis, Danny couldn't find Tresoldi. Zolis again, real pressure being exerted here by Club Brugge. Just a case of anyone would do there for Arsenal, but it has got them up the pitch.
I think this is about ball retention now from an Arsenal point of view. It's just to keep the ball. Got to credit Brugge though. Every time they win it back, seems to energise the fans here. And they have got good ability at the top of the team, particularly.
The record is good this season. 6 wins out of 8 in the Belgian top flight. They've only been beaten once here in the league. Average just under 2 goals per game. Of course, this Arsenal are a far better side than any that they would play in their own domestic top flight. But it gives you a flavour of how well they do here.
And if you think of the teams they've played in this Champions League, they've played one team out of the top 10. And they've been up against it.
Madueke, already a night to remember for him.
Oh yeah, nice.
Zubimendi with the header wide. This is Erdegaard.
Same did a goal, fam, so I on stage.
Oh, great idea. And White looking to get the ball across.
He's unlucky, but he does make that run, doesn't he? So it's almost telepathic at times with Ødegaard on that side of the pitch. Someone's got to fit in for it now.
Mekela.
I was talking there about CK, the right back for Brugge. I mean, he's playing so high on this right hand side.
Sace. Movement here from Solis. Van Aken first to it. Onyedika. Van Aken. Salty must be getting really frustrated because he's been taking up some good positions. They just don't seem to be able to find it from the wide areas.
No, he's getting in between these two central defenders. But the ball's not coming into him.
German under-21 international Trasoldi, dual nationality, could also play for Italy. Stankovic. Van Aken. Urged on by the home support. Trasoldi made the move. Stankovic in the box as well. Nice feed, the shot's on. And it's well held by Ryan. Solis was in there.
Manchester a bit worried here. His team are losing the duels, losing the battles. Of course, you expect the keeper to say that just comes out to him. Probably should have lifted that a bit higher.
Solis is the top scorer for Club Brugge so far this season.
He does it, doesn't he? Because he comes in off that side. He always comes onto that right foot to open his body up. Didn't quite get it right there. I think that's a warning for Arsenal.
I was having a look at the transfer market website who rate the value of players all over Europe, and they rate Solis as the most valuable in the top right here. Stankovic, that stays down. Trasoldi waits in the middle. Good save by Ryan. Down so quickly to his right. But Arsenal was so stretched there. Trasoldi was waiting in the middle.
Well, everyone pass completely opened the team up. Stankovic making a really good midfield run.
Martinelli. Well, they haven't managed to find an equaliser for Brugge, but they've played well, you have to say.
They certainly are. I think found this left-hand side for Arsenal pretty well there. Brugge are dictating. Another run into that channel.
Great ball by Van Aken, wasn't
It's
it?
down really well here. Look at this. Look, excellent. The one play you can't figure it out.
Rebound there, boy. 20 months a bit closer. There's so much you can take.
Club Brugge fancy a free kick for the challenge on Trasoldi. The bench not happy at all. Manchester City have regained the lead at the Bernabeu with a Haaland penalty.
Break is finished, Arsenal, man.
Last minute of the first 45 here.
It's only Man City, right?
This is the challenge that they're not happy about.
There's too much. I mean, what I would say to Caprio is, don't get too tight. It's quite a tussle between these two. And at some point, you're going to get rolled if you're not clever enough with it.
Capier up against his Ecuadorian teammate at international level tonight, Ordóñez. Both came through the famous Independiente del Valle youth system. Capier again getting really tight to Trasoldi. A minimum of 4 minutes added time at the end of the half. Norgard. Lewis Skelly has come inside. Capier. Marino. Well, the Club Brugge coach, Ivan Leko, absolutely furious down there.
Well, I mean, look, he has got his arms all over it. For me, that's a foul. The manager incensed by the decision.
They want thing I would say about Ivan Leko is that in comparison to Nicky Hailey, Brugge coach is quite a calm personality ordinarily.
Was he too calm?
Well, maybe, but Ivan Leko is not usually very calm. He's a fiery personality, as we got a glimpse of there.
Opposite extremes, and the fans seem to warm to him. He's almost conducting the fans here.
Norgard didn't reach Marino.
No, the connections are not there. Arsenal need to be building at the foot of that midfield much better than they are.
Lewis Skelly. Martinelli against CK. Icapie. Norgard. Erdegaard. Madueke. Erdegaard. Deep ball into the box. Came off Mekela. Martin Erdegaard. Martinelli. Martinelli goes on. Was he clipped there? Erdegaard, Subimendi.
This is crazy. I'm running my back here, man.
Again, the home support feel agrees.
This is where Arsenal got to keep moving this ball quickly. One touch, two touch.
They know what he's doing.
Just keep it simple, I think. And sometimes they're just guilty of overplaying a little bit.
Norgard. And it comes here to Madueke. Sliding inside the pushed away by Van den Herbel.
You know, he's like a bolt of electricity, isn't he? He's not done anything really.
Lewis Skelly with the ball over. Stankovic got it clear. Madueke was there again. Pressure from Arsenal at the end of the half.
Skelly came on in his way.
Just to reiterate, he's been not really in the game since that goal of his, and then bang, there it is again.
We started off the game there.
Good end to this first half by Arsenal. Final minute of added time. Martinelli dispossessed. And then does well to win it back on CK.
Pretty impressed with CK right back. Dealt quite well with Martinelli. He wants to get forward. He's taking up some interesting positions. Not sure about this one though.
There's still like at least 3 attackers. We've got like 4 or 5 attackers. It's not that we don't have anyone to the back. So it's not
He's not right back. You mentioned that's not on.
Norgard.
You show it.
Madueke to
Show it.
Gyökeres.
What? Blow the whistle, man.
What?
Again.
So into a 5th minute of added time we go. In fact, no, there's no more. It is half time. Well, the first half memorable for what was such a wonderful strike from Noni Madueke, and another go in added time at the end of the half. That time it was all that the goalkeeper could get to, but there was no stopping the shot. That is the difference between the two teams. His second Champions League goal. And Club Brugge have certainly threatened at the other end as well. Forbes has looked to danger, but at half time here, it is Club Brugge 0, Arsenal 1.
This programme is brought to you by PlayStation, UEFA Champions League official partner.
We are the Arsenal. Every game is going to be a big game. It's a lovely ball, Tuesday. I think we can do some damage. We've got to be at our best today, so we'll be ready. When all the hooves of England were laughing, eating, the Grinch from his bed started plotting his scheme. He thought to himself, how could I ruin Christmas meals? They'll truly despise Gherkin seasoning on fries. They're all in for shocks, and I stitch them hot socks. So if you want to experience the Grinch's new meal, you can head to McDonald's and show him how you feel.
Wait for kids are like small fruits.
Nothing more important than family. And the family we make along the way.
Christmas is all about children.
Some footballers know the truth. That hard work is a weapon. Used to make their dream. And then someone else's. So in a world of footballers trying to be a solution, what do? Football's gone in our favour.
Anyway, we've got to go. And so it's really flat, isn't it? That's it.
Whether you're hosting or guesting this Christmas, only EE has both the UK's best mobile network and broadband technology.
Home is a feeling that grows over time. It's where a sofa becomes your favourite place for get-togethers, especially the ones that go on far too late. Oak Furniture Land, grow your home. Sainsbury's, anything extra tasty for our extra guests?
Party food for number 53.
At Sainsbury's, it's 3 for 2 on our delicious party food with Nectar. Want to be ready for anything this Christmas? Ask Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us.
Gemini, which these would be a little less expected?
Check out the alliums. They go great with the hydrangeas below.
Will those last till Saturday?
Yes, they should last until Saturday.
Google Pixel 10.
There's fashion arrows for men.
Richard Hammond has a problem. No way. Yeah, he can't stop saying yes. 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 Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. 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 Brand new Richard Hammond's Workshop. Stream a full series now on Discovery Plus.
This program is brought to you by Just Eat. UEFA Champions City, official partner. Welcome back, everybody. It's half time across Europe, but just enough time to tell you that TNT Sports is the home of the Adobe Women's FA Cup. We have 2 games from round 3 coming up this weekend. First up on Saturday, Wolves take on Nottingham Forest from midday, and then on Sunday, Lewis FC are against Crystal Palace, and that one's live from 3:30. Our focus tonight is, of course, Brugge against Arsenal. I tell you what, I still can't believe there were so many Arsenal fans who were so against Nolly Madueke joining the club, because look at what he's done today, Joe.
Yeah, incredible. Martin was touching on it in commentary. He's coming in fits and spurts, but that is an unbelievable goal. We'll do well to see a better goal in Europe tonight. Just coming off that right hand side, driving, and just as it gets towards the box here, unleashed. That's so ferocious. That's a brilliant strike, rising as it goes past the goalkeeper. Oh, always looks better when it kisses the other side of the bar. Incredible goal, and fully justified his inclusion tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Second goal for Arsenal so far. But what about Bruges? Because one thing we knew was that they can hit you on the break, and they're so good in transition, aren't they? So Arsenal need to watch out in the second.
Yeah, we showed that before, didn't we, against Barcelona? Forward in particular, so quick on the break. Obviously Arsenal will have chances they'll attack more second half, but they have to be really careful on this. Look how quick till Bruges are breaking so fast, and Arsenal are really stretched at this point, and if they can just sort of, I don't know, be a bit more eventful when it gets into this final third, maybe one more pass or just another little run off the number 10 or whatever. But this is Stankovic with a great chance. It's a fantastic save actually from Raya, right down to his right low and very, very fast off his feet again to get back up. But Arteta will be a little bit worried about that because, again, Arsenal with a lot of ball second half, I would imagine. But again, the counter-attack's a big danger.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Well, all of that is coming up. But the first half is really all about the amazing run from Noni Madueke that's put Arsenal in a good position after this first half. The goal after just 25 minutes. What a shot that was. More of the same for the second half? Let's find out. It's coming up after this.
This program is brought to you by PlayStation, UEFA Champions League official partner.
We've got an unexpected guest.
Hey, Sainsbury's, can you help us?
Find the call. We need a delivery for number 53.
One month's waffles. These were up the shop.
Team, I've got a special delivery for you.
We're on the Telly Bunkum box.
Come for lunch, Beatrice.
You haven't got room.
It's Christmas. We'll make room.
Want to be ready for anything this Christmas? Ask Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's. Good food for all of us.
He said, beaming round at them. Ron pulled out his own one. The club was suddenly out of the troll's hands. There was a blinding flash of red light.
Harry Potter, the full cast audio edition. Listen on Audible.
The upper elevated quotient is vapor cooled because when you run cool, you can push your limits and juggle a ridiculous load of challenging tasks effortlessly. Imagine if we were that powerful.
Yeah, she's got a kid as well. So the girl's got pregnant. I said, bro, you got pregnant. When you got pregnant, we were like, yo, you get button, made her do it. I said, there's no way she's gonna do it.
It's Christmas. Unwrap your festive favorites.
You're trying to gas her. I said, bro, you've seen her 16, 14 years later.
Enjoy more of the latest blockbusters.
You
said we had a deal? Come in. Feast on Paramount Plus at no extra cost. And get 2 free tickets on us to enjoy a wicked night at the cinema.
I'm obsessed with
magic of New Year's. Join or upgrade this Christmas.
This is the double bonus for $29. Get the deal
Download the Save eSIM app and stay connected while traveling. Save big on roaming charges. Get the Save eSIM deal now.
Strap yourselves in. They are all for lift-off. Race for this can be going.
It's the beauty of a goal that.
The stage is set, the noise up another level. What could well be a very special night.
This program is brought to you by Just Eat. UEFA Champions League official partner.
Well, the second half is about to get underway across the continent. This is what's happened in Madrid. Manchester City being held 1-1 until reference to around Antonio Brugge, and then went on to score his 21st goal in 21 games. What a run he is on. Not so great for Newcastle, though. Their bad away form continues away at Leverkusen. An own goal from Bruno Guimaraes for them, trailing out in Germany. Certainly work to do for them in the second half. And don't forget, you can watch the second half of all 3 games involving the English sides. Plus, you can watch the Goal Show Extra all simultaneously via our multi-view feature available exclusively on Discovery Plus. Okay, well, out there in Belgium, Arsenal also have some work to do, but they are in a very good position. But it's just being very careful, isn't it, Joe, about the threat that this Bruges side pose.
Yeah, I think it's played out as expected, to be honest. Arsenal with a great goal. I expect them to win this game. Bruges are a real threat. They really are on the break. That will be discussed at half time, but ultimately Arsenal want to build on the lead. That leaves no people back.
But given that it's a much changed back four, Shades, there's a possibility for Bruges to really take advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're not played together before, so it's a makeshift back four, should we say. Yes, they're all international players, but again, you sort of put them all together to try and play in a Champions League game. And of course, Club Brugge have proven this season, especially at home in the Champions League, they can cause some problems to the biggest team. So this manager, his first game in charge, will think we're still in with a great chance second half.
Okay, well, the players heading out on the pitch, so let's hand you back to the commentary team. Arsenal to their huddle. I'm sure they're plotting their way through this second half as well. So I'll hand you back to Martin Keogh and Adam Smith.
Thank you, Rashman. Yeah, we just saw Mikel Arteta there, Martin. I think there would have been things in the first half that he would have really liked. There was a period of real control for Arsenal. Of course, the Madueke goal was stunning, but I think there would have been other things in that first half that he wouldn't have been so pleased about.
I think ball retention, certainly down that left, at Arsenal's left, he would have been a bit concerned a little bit.
He's just a tomboy, isn't it?
Superman's giving the ball away more times than I've seen him perhaps tonight. Okay, 7 changes from the last Champions League game, so you expect those connections and those relationships to take time to gel. But usually when they come out for a second half, the manager's quite good at stitching in the information they need for what they need to improve. Let's see.
The feeling from the Club Brugge supporters at half-time is that perhaps they were a little unlucky to go in a goal down at half-time.
They did have a good spell, didn't they? That first half an hour seemed fairly controlled from an Arsenal point of view, but then they started losing the jewels, as we say, giving the ball away.
What an achievement it would be for Arsenal if they could make it 6 wins in a row in the Champions League, something that they've never done before. The referee there with a warning for Gyökeres, who he felt was having too much to say for himself, I think.
I think he's laying the law down a little bit, isn't he, after that first half?
Zubimendi. Oh, great ball! But they called nothing there. And what a goal! And Noni Madueke has done it again. Such a different goal to express it couldn't be more different. But they double their lead here, the Gunners.
Well, they just switch off the far post. Just looking at Says there, we talked about how good he is, but you have to mark when the ball comes in the box, and Madueke couldn't really miss. Zubimendi, he's a player for all things really. He puts some whips, a beautiful cross in there, just evades the goalkeeper. Is he too far forward in the goal? We'll get the expertise on that from the two goalkeepers in the studio later. He just nudges towards it, comes towards it. It's lifted over if he's out of position. I mean, look, it's a wonderful ball. Madueke there's the honour of just heading it in. Couldn't have been easier.
Arsenal looking to get on the front foot at the start of the second half, and it certainly paid off for them, but maybe there we're seeing the effects of the fact that Simon Mignolet, the former Liverpool goalkeeper, had to pull out of the starting lineup with an injury. And it's the Dutch under-21 internationals, essentially the third choice. Van den Heuvel in goal. Madueke, Arsenal want more.
Interesting to hear what the goalkeepers union think of that, because look, it was a great ball, it just gets called out, but I think he just moves towards that near post and he can't adjust his feet, just can't retrieve it.
Well, the night he's having, Noni Madueke took up a great position. We could talk about the defending and the goalkeeper, of course, as we have done, but he senses the opportunity and gets himself in the right place. It's really good play.
100%. And there was one of those at the weekend. Declan Rice hits one across the box, and he was put it into the side net. He was a bit late coming in. I'm pretty certain it's something that's been said, and he didn't make that mistake again.
I always think, Martin, something that can be so important for a wide player is to sense when the ball is on the other side of the pitch to make those runs into the near post. It's invaluable, isn't it?
Graham Taylor always used to say, come trap that back post, make sure that ball doesn't whiz past it, put it in the net. Couldn't have been easier.
Arsenal have control and a 2-goal lead, and Lewis Skelly with the ball over. How flat have Club Brugge been at the start of the second?
Yeah, and the fans as well. You know, I think there was a bit of optimism at the end of the first half. What a way to kill off the crowd.
Yeah, that's exactly what it has done. The atmosphere about as quiet as it has been all night. But the Arsenal fans are still making plenty of noise. I'm sure they'll have enjoyed themselves in Bruges as well today.
Well, they've been everywhere. We came here, didn't we, already on the train, and they were in good numbers.
The goal kick is given. I'm presuming the incident was brought up, was it? With the man of the match award?
Well, they did ask me if I already worked out who the man of the match was before we even kicked off.
Boom, scored. Nice. Yeah, 2-1.
Stankovic. I'm surprised you've been let out of the tower to join me in commentary tonight.
Off with his head.
Anthony Gordon has equalised for Newcastle at Leverkusen with a penalty, 1-1 there. City 2-1 up at the Bernabeu. Arsenal 2-0 up in Belgium. Noni Madueke with both of the goals. Erdegaard. Moreno. Martinelli to his left. There is Martinelli. On the back ball over towards Gyökeres, maybe slightly behind him.
Yeah, they navigated their way out from the back there much better.
Reverse shots and target, innit?
Well, I think you said
No.
another one down, fam. But the people were saying,
This is at 13 shots, bro. This is also bullshit, I should say.
Alan Van Aken by Zubimendi.
That makes
The
sense.
message is to get really close to Van Aken.
He's got himself back in the Belgian squad, Van Aken, the age of 33. His first cap since 2023 in March. Scored in both of their games in November.
It's quite a difficult player to deal with because he goes high and then he drifts into the midfield and you're not really sure. He needs good communication to pick him up. He floats between the back line and the Arsenal midfield.
Came off Van Aken, the referee felt there was a handball.
you polished me, man. You did, man.
Just feels like that early goal from Arsenal at the start of the second half has taken the belief out of Club Brugge. I expected them to make a fast start to this second half, but it was anything but.
Off the balloon. I think Arsenal just controlling possession, denying them the chance to get on the ball is helping take the sting away from it even further.
Threatening again here, and numbers in the middle too. Turn behind, was it?
It's the goalkeeper's given. He's unlucky there, Martinelli. You want to see him positive and really go at his opponent. He was there a couple of times in the first half. He seemed to me to not go after his man enough. This guy could do with a goal.
He's got 6 in 17 games in all competitions. Victor Gyökeres, of course, a muscular injury kept him out for most of November. His record at Sporting was incredible, wasn't it? 97 goals in 102 appearances, 54 goals in 52 games last season. Said how Ruben Amorim's system suited him perfectly. Of course, Arsenal play very differently to that. Won back by Club Brugge. Solis decides to have a go, and Ryan was quickly down to his left.
Well, that wasn't bad either. You don't want to be inviting this team onto things. You need to put one of those in and they're back on it.
Madueke couldn't find Ben White. Van Aken. Better from Club Brugge. CK. Forbes.
That's what I'm trying to say. You're saying people should add Alisson.
Says.
I'm not saying for current talks. Alisson is very
He's trying to nick it back off Erdegaard.
How's the going in season 3 comeback?
What a lovely little ball that was by Zubimendi.
Exceptional.
Mark, you see the last Airbender one,
I think it's maybe been underestimated, just how well Zubimendi has done to settle in at Arsenal as quickly as he has been, as influential as he's been so quickly. When you think his whole life, his whole career has been spent in the Basque country and not
From Arsenal,
Marino wants it.
What a goal!
Martinelli has scored a
he has the
wonderful
best
goal.
thing as well.
How about that?
You see how Benzema has that? What's the figure in hand?
Well, that's what I was demanding.
Oh my God, fam.
We're not seeing enough of that, if I'm being honest, in the first half, but what about that for a
Yeah,
strike?
you have to keep it up, man.
A complete contrast to when he receives the ball in the first half to the second half. Again, he's just killed this this crowd here. Look, this is where this change of pace is deadly. Look, once he gets through there, he gets that side. It's in his head now. Do you know what? He'll pull the trigger. And that is a wonderful hit from there. He sends it out.
All them people that see your numbers.
Bends it past that far post and in.
You show them so Ronaldo.
Again, the goalkeeper's really got no chance. Once he steps inside and he gets that space. That's a wonderful effort from there. Confidence restored.
Continues his fine form in this competition. He scores in 5 games in a row in the Champions League. There is Mikel Arteta's reaction, the first Arsenal player to score in 5 Champions League games in a row.
I think his confidence would have been wounded a little bit because he has been a bit of a bit part player for so many years, playing on that left, had it to himself. That just says, look, don't forget about me, I'm still here. Look at the quality I have.
I really like, because he was put up to do the media yesterday, and he was asked about that, the fact that maybe he's not getting the game time, the minutes that he had in previous seasons, and he said, look, if it's 5 minutes I play for, I'll give my all, I'll try and take the opportunity. If it's 90 minutes I play, it'll be exactly the same. And look, I know that's what you would say when your manager sat next to you, but you got the sense that, you know, he really meant it.
For sure. There's also there's the talk of getting the competition comes, but he's really dealt with that exceptionally well because he's got the man on many occasions to score really good goals. He's done it from the off here.
2 wonderful Arsenal goals tonight, of course. The second was a knock from a yard out for Madueke. But I have to say, I'd like that goal as well in a very different way.
Yeah, Supermendy again, another piece of magic. Trace at the foot of that midfield and he's in a wide left. Getting across the window again, look. Confidence again, look.
Holds off CK. As that comes in now, and it'll be a corner. This has been a real show of authority from Arsenal in the second half, Martin.
It was good team talk at half time where the managers just asked for a bit more and he's just gone up through the gears and just killed off their opponent.
I loved Arteta's reaction to that Martinelli goal.
Yeah, we needed it, fam. Tell me get the costing out my team.
It's gonna add Leicester as well.
The scorer of Arsenal's third, he'll take this corner.
Yeah, who they get from? We can get into that thing that Carabao about falling off.
Punch clear by the keeper. Comes to Erdegaard.
Give it back to him.
Martinelli with another ball over.
Press that nigga. Press that nigga.
Everest to get there, but taken away from him by Van Aken.
The idea, I thought we like, let's be honest, I said, we watched this game, and this team is barely allowed anything. We scored 2 goals outside the box. This is someone that's coming back from injury.
On your deacon.
I don't know why we really replying to this guy.
All season we've been making
Stankovic.
to the end.
Solis.
Get into the games, man. The season just started. Shut up, the season ended.
I think the problems that Brugge caused for Barcelona here last month has not been the case yet.
Look at your guy now.
Arsenal,
called it out.
at least they've not found a way through anyway. Force.
Also, he was like a big team
Again, meets a brick wall on the edge of the area. Madueke.
Oh,
Glides past the challenge.
guys,
This guy's just blinded.
An hour gone in Belgium.
Oh, ref, man.
Onyedika with the foul on Erdegaard.
There's no complaints there.
Is that Fred or
Arsenal will be looking to kill this one off completely with another one.
Well, is it Nigerian boy?
Nutmeg.
That's Belgium.
So changes coming here from Mikel Arteta, Calafiori coming on, Gabriel Jesus as well. Good opportunity to give him some minutes.
Of course, great to see him back after such a lengthy injury. Calafiori coming on, I'm sure, for Skelly. We'll have to play at
But they did in the first half, fam. There's a lot of clubs after.
Odegaard has his opportunity in the box. Put it in dangerously. Again, they struggle to get it clear. Might do now. Sent forward by Onyedika.
Oh, that's him, Onyedika.
Yeah.
Is that the Belgian?
It's not Belgian, it's Nigerian.
He said he's Belgian, though.
Marino.
He said he's Belgian.
Yeah, I'm going to check.
Maybe he's another guy.
Someone I've seen that has the Nigerian flag. He's never a different guy you're talking about.
So impressive what Arsenal are doing here. Club Brugge, side who have become regulars at the top table of European football. This their 7th Champions League campaign in 8 years.
Number 9. Number 14 against you. What's happening? Yeah, I need to take it back to you. Yeah, look. Bossy, what are you on about? Come on, look, I know I'm talking right. Nigerian ball. What happened to the thing? This game. Why are you asking me, fam? Is that Michael's Wi-Fi? It's not my Wi-Fi.
FA Cup in January, his last appearance. The porters there for Gabriel Jesus, who's not played in almost a year. A 1-1 draw with Manchester United in the FA Cup. In January, his last appearance, played in a behind closed doors friendly for the under-21s on Saturday as they beat, as they won 3-0 at St George's Park against Manchester United.
I think it's interesting, Calafiori is coming in as central defender. Actually feels like his body type was very incredibly versatile. Not better suited to play centre half with his aerial ability.
There's no depth. They're all gone, fam. They're all gone with that guy. I'm not into the Europe that won 4 times.
I watched him at Bologna, Martin, and look, I saw him play in several different positions. He's just an all-round excellent footballer with so many different assets to his game, and there's so many different positions. I've even heard one of the Italian coaches suggesting that he could be used up front.
Well, you know, when you take away Gabriel and Saliba, we haven't even mentioned him tonight, so good has been the performance, but what they do really well is win everything in the air, and I think he's similar in that body type to them. He's very powerful in the air. Take nothing away from Hincapié, but maybe his position is better on the left, as a left back. That's down to the manager, of course. They see them every day.
I don't remember what to do in there. What's my hand over? Experience. I don't remember
Tomorrow night, Rangers head to Ferencváros. It should be the game in Glasgow. The Celtic take on the Italian side. Roma, who have lost a couple of games in the last week or so. For a good start to the season. It's shown here by the referee to ironic cheers from the home support. Norgard books that Celtic Roma game tomorrow at 7:30, and our next live Premier League game involves Arsenal, top against bottom, Arsenal against Wolves. That is Saturday at 7 p.m.
Come to Arcade Strip Club. They have a few foreign things there. Magic ain't what it used to be, man. So you go to Nigeria now, Magic City ain't. It was loud, but they had the American, the Colombian, the Puerto Rican.
Ordóñez.
That's what Magic City is. You know Magic City is in America, right? It's in Atlanta and stuff, isn't it? So when they came here, it had the hype. Magic City's been there, you know, the boom was for 2022 days, like 3 years ago. Wasn't it to be graded up?
Okay, that video is like,
When I wanted to go,
video is switch it off.
down them and you married into a team, you know what, like,
Sace. Couple of changes coming from Club Brugge, but they're on the attack here. Zolis with the early cross. Wasn't into a bad area there.
You can just see how infused they are when Arsenal give the ball away.
Stay with the ball over, and Calafiori with the header behind.
I feel like we're going to be strippers.
Yeah, I can't lie, I agree with you. I feel like I'm one of them.
Yeah, Ron's a strip club. I think you pub's a strip club. No, but I know some of the strip clubs.
There's been little cause for encouragement for the home support so far in this second half. Might that change here?
I think the best of all of my legs.
We have 6 in the box. Van Aken swung a boot at it. Mekela was up there as well.
That was my favorite one.
Double change about to be made. Club Brugge.
Oh, I think we both used to squad the team.
Didn't know too much about that. Mekela, the quickest to react, they came off his centre back partner. So Campbell is coming on here.
But if you had put Carabine instead of Chelsea,
Withdrawn. And the other player coming on is Maya. Maya, a fullback.
but the Derek Kelly is too honest. It's too bad.
Furo to come on through the middle. Wasn't actually Campbell that was wrongly put up on the screen. Initially, Furo and Maya, the 2 players who come on there for CK and Tresoldi. Furo will go through the middle.
The way he'd be saying it is like he's actually the manager. So.
White. Verdegaard. Ordonez blocked Arsenal's progress. Good first time ball by Onyedika. Stankovic. Yellow card showed to Ben White. Two rather needless yellow cards for Arsenal players.
I think Arteta will just it's been a bit easier second half because Arsenal have dominated possession far more. Once you give the ball away, that just raises the bar for this team here. They just go for it a little bit. Arsenal have to run a whole lot more, and then it becomes a little bit more difficult for them. It's going to be an easy night's work if you just keep the ball well.
Arsenal's disciplinary record, something that was questioned by some last season. They picked up 6 red cards in the Premier League, but they haven't had anyone sent off yet this season in the Premier League. And only Newcastle have had fewer yellow cards in the league, so there's a big difference there to last season.
Well, it was an area they need to improve on. They certainly have.
You have your partner in crime on the pitch.
They've gone a bit under the radar just how much they've improved in that respect so far. Mekela. Zolis. Furo through the middle. Maya with the chance to cross, and it's out for a throw-in.
Norgard again. Makeshift centre half, filled in nicely.
What up, Bruce? What you saying?
Just over 20 minutes to go. So Maya with the throw-in. Going to see Waneri and Saka shortly. Stankovic.
Done well, Stankovic, hasn't he? Keeps running behind Arsenal's midfield.
Van Aken. Solis! Just haven't had that cutting edge tonight, have they, Club Brugge?
He's a real threat, though, Solis. You can see why he's the top goal scorer.
Arsenal changes coming now, so we see that effort this wide from Solis. Ødegaard is making his way up here. Saka and Waneri coming on. The armband is handed over to Saka, and what a good night's work from Noni Madueke.
Yeah, delighted with that. One thunderbolt, another just a gimme. Nice little cushion head of the far post, but again, it's just the strength and depth in Arsenal's squad, the quality they have now. Another man coming on here, Waneri, what a talent he is as well.
Waneri makes his 50th Arsenal appearance in all competitions. For one so young, is quite an achievement.
Mentioned Saka as well. I'm pretty certain he's going to do something special.
Van Aken. Well won back by White. Gabriel Jesus with a little flick. And gets it back again here and looks to try and place one.
What is it? The shot, man. He's getting into the hand of it. That shot.
Well, he comes onto it well, he just doesn't get the power that he's looking for.
That's one of many things he will bring now back to this Arsenal side when given opportunities. It's that speed of thought in the final third. He's very capable of playing those one-touch balls,
But
isn't
with
he?
your ACL injuries, you know, it's a whole lot. You almost start again. Your balance, your confidence. So I think this is vital for him to get these minutes in here. A game which is virtually won from an Arsenal point of view.
Stankovic, who came through Inter's youth system. Forbes. Clever ball, Forbes might want it back. He couldn't quite get there to turn it home. But he's been their most likely source of inspiration.
Certainly an element of good fortune there from an Arsenal point of view. The pace that this man's got. Nice little run into the channel, and it just sort of bounces up, and you think he's going to fall to his feet. Arsenal get lucky there.
Onyedika coming off here. Sace comes off as well. Vetlesen brought on. And Saba as well. Newcastle lead in Germany. Lewis Miley with the goal. Zolis with the ball in there, and the header is wide. It certainly had Raya concerned. Saba, almost instant impact.
Yeah, decent ball in.
No, Stankovic actually.
Very impressed with Stankovic. Bit of a problem for Arsenal.
Yeah, he's settled really well here in his first season. Signed from Inter in July. He captained the Primavera side at Inter, and he had a loan season in Switzerland at Lucerne last season that really helped his development. Lost by Vetlesen, but only momentarily. Saba with the pass. Ordonez. Van Aken. Stankovic. Maya. Zolis, good little spells from the home side, and Maya is in there. Good move.
They're good together from behind on this left-hand side. Just trying to, these substitutes are adding a little bit of extra impetus to the team. He just gets an inside run, comes onto it really well, just doesn't find the target.
Took a great position there, didn't he, Maya? White. I suppose it's understandable, really, in the circumstances that Arsenal have just eased off a bit, haven't they, in terms of the tempo and intensity.
To make it an easy night's work, you've got to keep possession, and I think that's the order of the day right now.
That long 18-game unbeaten run, Arsenal, that was ended by Aston Villa at the weekend. And they've responded really well here tonight. And they're surely going to make it 6 wins in a row in the Champions League. Marino. Only 5 times in European Cup and Champions League history has an English team won their first 6 games of a season. Marino, Jesus, Calafiori, Gabriel Jesus made the move and Saka was at the back post.
Playing like this. Why can't all these men just play football like this?
Playing from Arsenal, getting down that left-hand side. This time Calafiori was actually making over an inside run from the centre-half position. Waneri had a few good touches in there as well. I think it's important, actually, these players. I mean, there's lots of different changes the manager's made. You expect then it to be difficult to find a rhythm, but by and large, this is impressive. Giving it away again, though.
A bit fortunate there that they got it back, but didn't make the most of it. Club Brugge. Calafiori. Epperson, the former Bodo Glimt player, played in some notable victories for the Norwegian side in European competition. They beat Roma a couple of
Why
times.
you trying not to even look at the score, fam? That's the best part. So just, you know it's just there, don't you? That's what I'm going to do. When I do that one, I said in the group. That's exactly what happened with that one as well.
Norgard.
I wonder was even losing. Sonic came back in that.
Certainly some players here tonight, Martin, who will have given Arteta food for thought.
Yeah, I think so. Particularly Martinelli in the second half. Ben White continues to be coming back towards his best. I mean, it's quite a battle for a place between him and Timber, because Timber's an incredible defender, but maybe Ben adds a little bit extra going forward right now. Nice problem for the manager.
No Timber tonight because he took a bit of a knock in the game against Villa. Waneri in the space down the left-hand side. Gabriel Jesus. So unlucky.
Well, lovely flowing move from Arsenal. Waneri involved. Jesus hitting the bar. That really would have capped the evening. So the goalkeeper seems to lose the flight of that ball.
He's looked really fresh, hasn't he? Gabriel Jesus will be so delighted to get back on the pitch again after getting a year out.
To do a little trick. What did you say?
And yet another option for Arteta.
And that's what he wants, particularly in that
Oh,
forward.
yeah, this guy. Why not? Sucks, man. Oh, you think there's someone who wants to make a kick that we can see it after?
Great moment for him.
This guy's trying to buy time. Okay, go on. Okay, then. So,
White.
so let's bet now. This Sorry, to Chelsea. Really? What did I even say? I never even said anything. You were probably saying you didn't do anything. What? I said, I'm talking about the I'll stand on that. I never even said first of all, this guy is false. I never even said anything about it. I literally never said anything. The only thing I've ever said was when it was easy to get back to Sydney. I don't think it was. We need to get back to get back. That's the only thing I said. I literally never even said anything about it. I just watched and listened to you guys and didn't say anything. So you want to do this? What's the remarkable guy?
Besides looking to make a change of pace. Zolis. Here comes the counter, led by Saka. Gabriel Jesus is in a good position. And he's been found really well by Saka. Martinelli. Saka with the ball over. Punched away by Van Herbel.
Total control now from an Arsenal point of view. The connections seem better when Aries looks to be coming on and doing a fantastic job in there. He's replacing Ødegaard. I think there's a young lad on the bench here. If this is Salmon coming on, this is quite an historical moment. He's 16 years of age, and I seem to remember playing with Tony Adams in my youth team. Got in the first team at, I think he was 17. So this is the start of a monumental career, this young man. We're just fine to get to see him. Well, the goalkeeper could have just come and took this.
So here comes that change then, and a big moment in the life of Mark Salmon. England under 17 international, 16 years old, joined the club aged 9. Played in the FA Youth Cup last season as a 15-year-old. He was on the first team's pre-season tour of Hong Kong and Singapore, and how proud his family and all the coaches who worked with him over the years will be right.
Oh goodness, yes, of course. And his love got a history of young players coming through the system. I think it's a proud moment for everybody who's worked with his family, of course.
He's the same guy here.
Taken off, and Deacon has been brought on.
Just to get into a training session at that age is a big thing. Yeah, ripple around the club don't mind getting on the pitch at the first team. Wow.
And what it does is it gives them confidence to other youngsters, maybe younger than him, that they can make it.
And it creates that pathway. They can really believe in joining Arsenal if you get in that first team.
No foolish. Please.
Jimmy Mandy.
By the way, I know he may change there. That man again.
Brilliantly done by Martinelli. Look full of confidence in the second half, maybe slightly less so in the first half, but
yeah, I mean, the great challenge is three quarters of Spain's midfield, isn't it? The shape of Zubimendi and Marino.
You know what's so funny?
It shows how strong the squad is.
It's actual football generation. Just the first round, back in the picture.
the semi-finals last season.
What I said today,
They go all the way to the final this time. It's a squad that you have to say is good enough to do that. But it'll be tougher assignments as the competition goes on. Maybe this will be their year. Who knows? One area with the pass and it's moved on into Gabriel Jesus.
Come on, man.
Well positioned.
He should have scored and he needs to open his body up a bit.
Don't pass it to him.
I'm telling you, on the road, though, like, you even know that silly question of passing. Yes,
Oh, your shit, shit.
Well done, yes.
Don't tell me they have a real fan. You know what asking this. See how far. Even you call it, who doesn't think that it's not so many jobs? Like I say, it's the best.
You might put in your whole history.
Yeah, it's just all kind of.
When you pass Arsenal, Arsenal's only 1.3 Arsenal.
Saba, the chance to pull across the here and it's well out wide right.
I told you about the British. Who is that team? I don't know that team. Trust me.
Saka.
Like, tell me, ask me that. I don't even know why they trust me.
He didn't let me go on Arsenal.
Jesus.
I think he runs the dog on Arsenal. It's like a bit trying to help. What about the Hey, blood, we don't take our shit.
It's forward. Maya. The weekend then for Arsenal, they side bottom of the Premier League, that live on TNT Sports on Saturday night. And a great opportunity to continue their fine or back up this result and of course get back on the horse in terms of the Premier League after that loss against Villa.
Well, I think Arteta will be pretty delighted tonight. I'm just looking at Calafiori thinking, well, he looks a good answer in there. You've got Incapie to choose from as well. Olgar's doing a decent job for his team tonight. Young man coming off the bench. And this man, Martinelli, just no harm at all. You're scoring goals. He's showing the strength of the squad. He's up against Saka, obviously at club level and international level.
That left-hand side, he's got a lot of different options there. You wonder, if it was say we talk about a Champions League final, if it was a Champions League final and everyone's fit, I wonder who's on that left-hand side. Several contenders.
Well, Calafiori sort of made that.
On the left wing,
Well, the left wing is open. It's still open. And Marawaki got into that. Eze, of course, we've not seen tonight. Is he a left winger? Does he need to play as more as a 10? And you're going to need all these players, and they have done so far. And it's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle, but at the moment, it's making for a nice picture for the manager tonight, certainly.
Ronaldo has equalised on top of Leverkusen against Newcastle in Germany, 2-2 there now. Smiley have put Newcastle in front. Well, Arsenal have done so well here tonight, and I stress it isn't easy to do this here against Club Brugge on their own patch. It's to just take the hope out and take the belief out of the crowd. Yeah.
You know, early goals, 25 minutes, Marawaki, Thunderbolt, and then, of course, right at the start of the second half, any kind of real belief, any aspiration for winning the game was almost ended at that point.
I was talking about how many Premier League teams we've seen.
Zolis with the pass. Bettlerson. Bruno did well. One free kick, and they've got one as well. In a good position.
Yeah, Calafiori there gets a little bit too tight, gets wrong-footed. I think you can complain about that.
Swallow trigger.
Still lively since he came on, actually. Good pace about him.
He's only 18 in Belgian forward. Made his senior debut in the qualifiers against Rangers back in August. Can he preserve his clean sheet?
And this looks a really good distance.
Stankovic and Van Aken are the players there. It's Stankovic. He comes back to him, and that sums things up really, doesn't it, from a Club Brugge perspective tonight. Really frustrating evening for them. Of course, only 4 points to their name in the league phase, as Martin quite rightly said in the first half. They've maybe been a bit unlucky with some of the calibre of opposition that they've come up against. It's not a great start for the new head coach, Ivan Leko. He's only just left his job at Ghent to come to take the job at Club Brugge. Quite mixed results with them this season. 1-8, drew 5, lost 6. Mekela got it clear. One of the things that Arteta had warned his players about, but at least he said yesterday, was that be prepared for a real fresh energy with a new coach. That was something that they had to deal with, and of course, with it being a new coach as well, it was a bit of a curveball in terms of the preparation for Arteta and all his staff. With it being a new man with new ideas.
Yeah, you're quite right. I just think Arsenal really good. Good for his professional performances. Another one here now.
Waneri pushed away by the goalkeeper. Jesus. Okafor Zubimendi with a missed kick. And another good save from the goalkeeper to deny Waneri.
Yeah, that's an excellent save from the young man. Waneri coming on to that in a flash. Just ball to him actually. Very nicely. We just read that one well.
Yes, the whole game. No.
I see another one, look, almost exactly the same. You can see that's the way, so fair play to him.
I would never watch that.
Final minute of added time here. Arsenal look for a fourth in the closing stages. And a simple take for the keeper.
4-0.
Your final thoughts be, Martin, on what we've seen here tonight?
I think it's a good night for Arsenal to restore the confidence, keeps the noise down, keeps the going in the right direction. 6 wins now in the Champions League. I think they're very proud of that. Sitting comfortably, top of Europe, top of the Premier League, and an important game to underline that coming up at the weekend against Wolves.
The game is over.
Hopefully 1 or 2 players
Those guys
back
are
from injury as well.
when you even said 4-0, so. Jeez, Khalid Ali.
So Arsenal take the points and maintain
Anyways,
their
Chapman has been your boys
100%
here at No Face
record
Entertainment.
in the Champions League this season. With 6 games